Good morning, Madam Chair and council members. I'm Veronica Gonzalez. I'm the Assistant Director of our Neighborhood and Housing Services Department. This morning, we have our briefing on source of income protections. Before we begin, I want to acknowledge that community groups have shown an interest in this topic. I also want to thank everyone who gave comments this morning. Today's item does not require action, but rather provides information for discussion purposes. As an overview, source of income protections ensures qualified renters do not get turned away from housing or lose their housing based on their income source. This can refer to any type of lawful income like child support, Social Security, or alimony. Most frequently, though, source of income protections are sought for people with housing choice vouchers, including VASH, which I will discuss later. As with any issue regarding fair housing laws, we always have to be aware of our state laws. For background, the state of Texas is very clear on what cities can or cannot do regarding source of income. State law prevents cities from adopting blanket source of income protections. However, it does allow for source of income protections in city incentivized properties to encourage voucher acceptance or for military veterans citywide. San Antonio has already taken steps to ensure renters have access to housing regardless of their lawful source of income. Among those are the Housing Voucher Incentive Policy adopted in June 2021 and the San Antonio Housing Trust Resident Tenant Protection Policy adopted in March 2021. The state recently passed a law in 2023 that prohibits homeowner associations from denying prospective renters based on their source of income. In 2013, San Antonio passed a more inclusive, non-discrimination ordinance. It offers protections from discrimination in several areas, including housing. People are protected from being discriminated against on the basis of their race, color, religion, sex, sexual orientation, gender, disability, familial status, national origin, veteran status, or age. I'll note here that veteran status and age are unique to the city of San Antonio. In addition to local ordinances, we have several community efforts. The city has a number of initiatives to support renters that intersect source of income conversations. Among them are the Strategic Housing Implementation Plan, which names increasing access to more properties to residents who use vouchers as a goal. The Tenants' Rights Resolution passed in May 2023 to affirm local, state, and federal protections. The resolution has led to RentWise SA, a rights and responsibilities campaign for renters and housing providers. We recently released several videos developed explaining rights and responsibilities. The first video focused on renter resources received over 21,000 views for the Spanish version alone. Okay. On this slide, you can see information on housing vouchers provided by Opportunity Home. As I mentioned earlier, the state's language allows protections for all veterans for all income sources. In San Antonio, there are approximately 159,000 veterans according to the 2022 census data. Veterans can apply for any type of housing voucher. There are over 12,400 households in San Antonio that have been issued a housing choice voucher. Within that count, there are only 176 people with a housing choice voucher who have self-reported to be veterans, which means this number we have is likely an undercount. Finally, there is a specialty voucher called a Veteran Affairs Supportive Housing, or VASH, voucher. Opportunity Home's VASH vouchers are issued in partnership with the Department of Veteran Affairs and are targeted towards homeless veterans with case management and clinical services provided by the VA. Since the VASH program has case management as well as some set-aside units at designated properties, the VASH program has quicker lease-up times than the general Housing Choice Voucher program. Supportive services such as renter education, transportation, mobility, and strong partnerships help veterans. More broadly, research shows that vouchers with support can lead to better outcomes, helping all people secure stable housing wherever they go. As you may know, the voucher program is a federal one, and it can come with complicated processes. Some opportunities for improvement that may help with voucher acceptance include streamlining administrative processes, retaining existing housing providers while recruiting new ones, exploring incentive programs, including relaunching a previous program called Landlord Incentive Program that Opportunity Home offered $500 for new housing provider participants, and reducing stigma that sometimes accompanies using a voucher. Opportunity Home has worked hard to ensure positive experiences for voucher holders and people who rent them. This includes streamlining the Opportunity Home inspection process to be complete within 3 days. A huge benefit and incentive to housing providers is that they are guaranteed rental income for a portion of the payment. Opportunity Home has provided on-site eligibility appointments with local homeless services providers, including Haven for Hope, and coordinated closely with housing providers on rapid rehousing. Lastly, this February, they hosted a lease-up fair to connect property owners with voucher holders looking for housing as part of their educational outreach. Before I conclude, I want to acknowledge and honor our entire military community, their families, the servicemen and women who call San Antonio home. Thank you.